Hi, it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts. How you doing? So today I decided to bring out my Bermuda stuff. Now I had started to make some signatures a couple years ago, and this is how far I got. So I ended up making 5 signatures, but I didn't put them in a book yet because I'm not sure how thick it's going to be, and I don't know if I'm going to use all 5 signatures. I might only use 3. I don't know. I have to go through all the stuff first and sort what I'm actually going to use. Um, so yeah, I just used just different papers and stuff, and I'm starting to go through all my things. So these were postcards that I used to send to viewers, if anyone had sent me a letter. And these are from Betsy. She had made these for the girls, and sent them one Christmas with gift cards, which was so lovely. And yeah, I just have a ton of things. This I didn't realize was in here. This is actually kind of funny. Back in '96, Scott and I were living in Toronto, and we went to Flo's Diner, and Rob Lowe was sitting next to us. The waitress was like, "Do you want to sit next to Rob Lowe?" And we were like, yeah." So we sat there, and he drew this. It's supposed to be Thomas the Tank Engine for his son Matthew, and when he left, the waitress was about to throw it out, and I was like, no, 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 I need to keep that. And I wanted to chase him down, and Scott's like, we are not chasing Rob Lowe to have him sign his trash. So I didn't get it signed. But it's still really cool to have. And at the end, Scott had said, so, Rob, what are you doing in town? And he said he was filming a movie. So, yeah, crazy. And so now I'm just sorting through all the stuff I have in this bin. I've collected everything, these yellow slips of paper. Whenever we went off island, depending on what we were going to take with us, we had to go to customs and have them write down the serial number for all the items so that when we came back, we didn't have to pay for our camera again. That proved that we left the island with it. This I didn't even realize that I had, but the pets had won a pet contest. So that was them in the paper. And then that was a piece of paper Bryn used to put under the chair, just to make sure I was vacuuming under the cushions. This my mom. I miss my mom. This past week, she's been gone 14 years. And it was a very hard day for Annette and I because it was the same day that they tore down our grandmother's house. So all gone. And this is a Bermuda map that we had. Bermuda was so small. I think it's 22 square miles. Not very big. It was Bryn's Easter hat that we made. So I have their school stuff. I have stuff from the zoo when we used to volunteer. Just so many things. This was from Gail, my lace teacher. These were tickets. Just for Laughs was there. This is the flyer for the hotel, and that's Scott. That was Scott dressed like Santa. Rudolph, stop animation. That was so cool to see. And recently we went down to Seattle, and Kerrigan and I saw Leica Studios, which is Coraline and everything, so I'll have a video coming soon about that. This is a map from the last time that Dad came to visit us, and him and I toured around the entire island that day on scooters. So I marked in red everywhere we went. So we did the entire island. It was very cool. It was so fun. And this was talking about how Dockyard was going to change because America's Cup was coming. That was a few years ago. So Dockyard's so different now. So a lot of this I just tuck away, and then I start going through all the little business cards I have and just sort those out. Um, what I'm gonna use, what I don't need. those were the keys that we had. We had 3 joining rooms when we lived in the hotel, so those are our keys that we had for that. This is the little registration thing for Tink, who was my scooter. So I end up gluing that in there. And then we got our bikes from Cycle Care. So I end up putting the little business card there. I had some other papers and stuff, but I was like, no, it's not necessary. I'll just do that. And then this is a flyer thing from the magazine brochure, whatever it's called. And I was just about to cut it there, but then I was like, wait now, what's gonna get cut off when I go inside? So a few things were, so I just took the top off of there. And I just wanted to make it the same height as the signatures. And in order to do this, I'm gonna fold it and then join it inside the book. So I just have to undo this signature and I'm going to insert this into the middle. So I just have to undo it and then I join this in and just tie it in and attach it. And then this little booklet, it lists the name of the restaurants and it shows like where the little shops are and what the moat was, which is the mid-ocean amphitheater. It was down in the basement. That's the floor plan for it there. That's where we would hunker down in the hurricanes. So now I'm just going through, adding a few little things. Just using washi tape to put in the postcards. This was like the little ferry schedule. There was a ferry that would come down by Waterlot at the hotel. It would take you over to town. And these were just off some envelopes. And I'll just stick some in. It's a little bit of color, a little bit of interest. That's the bus schedule. I didn't want to cut that up, so I'm just going to add that to the pocket at the very front with the maps. And then this was a little drawing I made for the chicken coop. If you remember, if you watched on my other channel, we used to have chickens. And I got an old pallet and I made a chicken coop out of it. And our first little chicken's name was Peach. And then we had Kiwi and Cherry, which Cherry ended up being a rooster. So Cherry and Kiwi, I think that was their names. Anyway, they went to live in the church field. And Peach was so funny. She was like a little dog. She'd come running whenever I brought the kids home from school. She'd kind of peck at the back of your feet as you were walking if you weren't careful. So I just have a couple little chicken drawings from children's books that I'm going to add. So I'm obviously not going to be able to finish this book today, but I'm happy that I've dug it back out and did some work on it. I'm going to have to print a lot of pictures to go in this, and there'll be a lot of journaling. So I think what I'm going to do is just start with this first signature and kind of fill that up. I get stuck on trying to keep things in chronological order, and I just have to like throw that idea out the window and just get the information in. The other thing I was half thinking about was doing a sketchbook of things and putting all this kind of stuff in the sketchbook with it, but I'll just do this journal and I'll still do a sketchbook and keep that separate. So this is my Bermuda journal so far. Thank you for hanging out and watching this. And I'll be back with some more journal videos. I'm just trying to get the stuff in, and then I can always journal later on. But I just want to get all my journals to this point. The next one I think I'm going to work on is actually Vancouver. I have so much stuff that I've collected, and it's I'm running out of room. So I hope everyone is safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care, guys. See ya.